Hey guys, what's up? On this video, I'm gonna talk about some minor modifiers which me and others have started to use in private matches against each other. Over time, we kinda noticed that the win rate of the fighting tends to be higher than of the Predator. At least when you have like a good squad, a good fighting with like all 4 players that are really good at the game, are really good at aiming, are really good at damage the Predator, know how to play the game well, know how to coordinate well, know how to play together well, apply very good teamwork. When you have like situations like that, the Predator is gonna have a really hard time. At least any Predator player, when the fighting is actually trying to win hard, is trying to focus on playing together, playing focus on winning, Predator has a really hard time. We noticed when we played against each other in private matches that the win rate of the fighting just tends to be way higher than of the Predator in those situations. So to kind of prevent that, Guest kind of say, okay, I noticed that like the fighting is winning too much. We're not playing very balanced there. I mean, if we're playing balanced, the Predator would at least win like 40% of the time. We're trying to aim with these minor modifiers, and we might do other modifiers later on, change more stuff to try to have like a 50% win rate for the Predator. At least in the situations that me and the others play with, we play without Field Medic, without Support class, without Dante class, without the Tracker perk on the Recon class, and Predator doesn't use the disc. I mean, with the disc, the win rate of the Predator can be higher, but for us, we're trying to make more of a fun experience match for everyone, and just having to fight a flying frisbee through most of the match, it's just not so fun for the fighting. You just try to dodge a flying frisbee, and try to cancel the frisbee flying, you know, instead of actually fighting the Predator itself. And also for the Predator player, to be honest, I feel more fun to just use weapons which I'm actually shooting to fighting than just using the disc through most of the match. But I know that in certain situations, the Predator in the game doesn't have much of an option unless use the disc. If he's facing like people using Tracker, PDLs, multiple supports classes, the Predator just only option is to use the disc from far. So since we don't use those situations, we're trying to kind of make more of a balanced, fun experience for everyone. But even then, we feel that the Predator needs a little buff, just so he can get a better win rate. And the minor buffs on the modifiers I'm gonna be talking about right here. And some of you guys might not know, but there's two differences between public and private matches on this game. One of them is the number of alarms in the camps. And this is actually something that can help the Predator a lot. The number of alarms here per camp in private matches is 2. In public matches is 3. I don't know if this was something that was like, it used to be like this in public games, because it also used to be this timer here for the reinforcement times. I'm gonna get it there. But the number of alarms per camp that the fighting needs to deactivate kind of like makes it easier for the Predator, because they're gonna have to deactivate one more alarm, which is now usually 3. It's 3 in public matches, while in private matches only 2. I don't know why it's different. Like I said, maybe it used to be 2 on public matches, but then I forgot to change it in an update. But they forgot to change it on the private match setting as well. But having an extra alarm allows you to have a higher chance of the AI triggering the alarm, and calling more AI, because the Predator, like against a good fighting, he cannot just jump on a good fighting and attack them. The fighting it can always out-damage the Predator. The fighting has a higher firepower than the Predator. The Predator only options in the matches like this is to try to ambush the Predator by surprise, taking advantage of distractions like AI, like the mission. Just have to attack the fighting by surprise in one option, which is not so easy because of how easy it is for the fighting to spot the Predator right away and start shooting at him. But even then, like increasing the number of alarms per camp from 2 to 3, like it is in public matches. For some reason in privates, it's just the default is 2. It does give a little bit of a chance of having more AI in the map, which kind of helps the Predator. Other thing that is different in between public and private games, is that in private matches, the reinforcements activation time, after you get the first kill, it's gonna come out 60 seconds after the kill. In public matches, this number is actually 90, because it used to be 60, like I think in the first year of the game, but then they increased the timer for 90 seconds in public matches. But I think Illfonic just forgot to do the same thing for private games. So here are just minor modifiers that just to make the game like it is in public games right now. Because like I said, for some reason private games default settings are not the same as the ones in public games. And having a higher time to activate the radio does help a little bit. It gives more of a chance to the Predator to try to prevent reinforcements. Because sometimes you just get a kill and just like 6 seconds later the fighting is already able to count your radio. You don't really have a time to try to find out where the fighting is going to the radio. It just makes it harder to prevent the reinforcements from happening. And we all know that like in private matches you usually want to prevent the reinforcements from happening. And it's like in private matches, the fighting has like the comms specialization by default. Like they always have like a shorter time to counter reinforcements. If they actually use comms, the timer is gonna go down to 40 seconds. So after the first kill, in just 40 seconds, the reinforcements radio is going to be available to call right away. So just here, just 2 minor changes to the hunt section on modifiers. The other ones just happens to be a little increase to predator HP. We increased to 15%, which, to be honest, we gave it a try to this just for first tryouts of the matches with modifiers, and I don't think it makes much difference. It's almost like playing with the impenetrable perk. And impenetrable perk, I mentioned many times that it doesn't really help that much. It's just a few more bullets that you can resist. It helps more in like 1v1 situations, but against 4 players, even 3 players, you don't really feel much of a difference with just this little of a damage boost. But still, we're just testing little by little, just increasing things little by little. The other thing, which is gonna be the last one, we just changed 4 things, like number of radios per camp, number of the alarms per camp, the timer of the reinforcements activation, the predator HP, and the predator weapon damage. We just increased this by 10%, and by doing this, we agreed to not use downrange. So we're kind of giving predator the downrange perk by default. That's our goal here. Like, predator doesn't need to use downrange because the weapon damage is already increased by 10%, and so he's allowed to use other perks that can come to assist him. So the damage predator doesn't get really high. Predator does not use downrange with this modifiers because he already has like this damage from the specialization, which is increased by 15%, and the damage for this increased modifier, which already gives him like 20%, 25% damage boost in some situations. So like Stalker, like I'm gonna be showing here my build. The build that I've started to use it for this situation is a Bionic Stalker class without downrange, with medic instead of downrange. I don't need downrange because the modifier will already allow me to have a 10% damage boost, and with Stalker that's gonna go to 25%. And as you guys know, I've been playing mostly by doing tech gameplay of using plasma from the branches, which usually in those situations in the branches, I'm gonna always have my stamina full anyways. So I'm always gonna be playing most of the time with a 25% damage boost. If I had downrange, that damage boost would be like to 35%, and then it would be like I would be able to just one-shot some fighting classes really easily. And so we decided to agree no downrange in this situation, but it's actually good because then I'll be able to use medic, which does help me in this game to keep the pressure in the fighting, to heal faster in case they want to chase, because you guys are gonna see in other matches, because in private matches sometimes the guys, they just focus on killing you. Sometimes, I mean, when they see opportunity which you are retreating to heal, they don't let you heal. They're gonna try to chase you down and try to kill you as fast as possible, and the fighting does have the firepower to do that, and having the medic pack does help. So we're kind of trying here. It's kind of almost like, I mean, giving the predator like more like be able to carry more perks. That's kind of how I see it, because with the modifier it's like you have downrange perk by default. It's like you have downrange, but you also can use 3 other perks. That's kind of how like I feel about it. So having medic and large pawns together does help me in matches like this. Of course, if I usually use it Bionic with downrange, but it was put me in that disadvantage for not having medic, but because I needed the damage. But in this situation, since I already increased the damage on the modifier, I don't need downrange. So having this combination here of medic and large pawns together is already pretty good. I already can heal fast, go back to the action fast, prevent me from getting chased down by the fighting. And I decided to put protection perk also, because I mean the Bionic doesn't have any other options. But then again, I don't think I would even use another perk. To be honest, I really like protection, because I don't wanna lose my mask. I never want to lose my mask, because you lose your mask, you're always in a big disadvantage. You always have, like, I mean, I don't wanna ever lose the thermal vision, the target isolation ability. So I do like the protection perk, so nobody snipes my mask off. And now yeah, the weapons same as usual, Combistick, the plasma pistol, and I'm gonna be showing a match using these modifiers right now.